lovely viewers. You are welcome once again to Eat Right with Abuburo Nkosuah. Today, I'm very fortunate to have Abby with us. I would let her introduce herself to the public.
Okay, thank you so much for inviting me to Eat Right with Abuburo Nkosuah. My name is Abigail Apafo, and I'm a dietitian currently working temporarily at the Veterinary Hospital.
Okay.
I'm very much happy to be here.
Yeah, happy to have you too. Yes, so let's go straight to today's topic. I would want you to let us know how food affects one's mental health.
Oh, okay. Thank you so much for this opportunity. I'll start by explaining what mental health is. When you talk about mental health is your ability to think, your ability to do things, and even how you carry out your daily life. It's basically you being able to control or manage stress, you being able to form relationships, and also you even being able to make decisions comes from your mental health. And then food, on the other hand, according to some nutrition experts, is anything solid or liquid, which when we take into our bodies, provides the body with heat and energy. It also promotes growth and regulates body processes as well. And so the connection between food and one's mental health has to do with the brain and the gut. Yes, so this brings us to what we call the gut-brain axis. So when you're able to understand what the gut-brain axis is, you'll be able to understand how food affects one's mental health.
Awesome.
Okay. Yeah. So with the gut-brain axis, there's a connection between our brain and then our gut, as I mentioned earlier. The gut, they communicate with the brain and then the gut. Yes, and so they communicate through what we call nerves. Specifically, the vagus nerve does this communication, and then they use chemical messengers known as neurotransmitters, which aids in the communication. Now, example of these neurotransmitters, you can have the serotonin, you can have acetylcholine, you can also have dopamine. So when you take serotonin, for instance, 90% or about 90% of the serotonin is produced in the gut. And so if you have a compromised gut, obviously you have a compromised or you will not be able to produce adequate serotonin, and it can affect your mental health, because this serotonin is also known as the feel-good hormone. It's or the feel-good chemical, because it enables us to calm down, it enables us to manage stress, and also it enables us to be emotionally balanced. Yes. So that's how come it's more important to maintain a healthy gut health. Yes. So that's the connection.
Yes, for the benefit of our viewers, what's the gut?
Okay, so the gut comprises of your stomach and then your intestines. So basically that is it. So the connection between that and then your brain has to do with the gut-brain axis.
Awesome. So let's say, to further explain, it's just like the cylinders we use at home. There's a tube that connects the gas to the stove, for the work to be done.
Yes.
So it's quite similar to
so there's a connection. And then what helps in the flow of that is what we call the chemical messengers. So they take the information from the brain to the gut and vice versa.
Awesome. Kindly let us know which foods can help improve gut health.
Oh, that's a good one. Okay, so to nurture your gut, there are some important foods that you can actually take into consideration. So we talk of probiotics and prebiotics. When you talk of probiotics are basically life-containing bacteria in our diet that helps to improve our gut. We can find these probiotic foods in our fermented foods. For example, there's our kenke, our banku. You can also have it in our yogurt, our natural yogurt, and also some traditional fermented foods or some traditional fermented beverage, like something called
Cassava.
pito. Yes, I don't know if you know of pito or
Yes,
you know of
yes.
cassava. Yes, so those foods contain the live bacteria that will help your gut to maintain. In as much as it's good, once a food product is being fermented, there is an introduction of alcohol, or it becomes more alcoholic. So there is a need for us to consume those products also in moderation. Then now talking about these prebiotic foods. These prebiotic foods are foods that contains fiber, which also helps in improving the gut health. So when we talk of fiber containing foods, our whole grains, one, our fruits and vegetables is also one. Yes, and then our starchy foods, they all contain what we call the fiber that will help in maintaining gut health. So more consumption of that is associated with improved mental health.
Awesome. So as you heard from Abby, please move the aduane a fiber.
Yes, in tete.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Constipation can affect your mental health.
Of course.
Right? So make sure you are eating something that you know that you are able to empty your bowels. Yes. So can certain nutrient deficiency impact the mental health? If yes, which nutrient deficiencies do you think are linked to mental health?
Well, that's a good question. Certainly, yes, some nutrient deficiency can actually compromise or impact our mental health. So one of them has to do with omega-3 fatty foods. So omega-3 fatty foods is said to support the brain cell communication. Yes, and so more consumption of omega-3 fatty foods will help us to improve our mental health. So we can get this omega-3 fatty acid containing foods I'm talking about in our fatty fishes or our fatty fish. So say our salmon, our mackerel, our tilapia, the fish that contains oils. They have good oils that will nourish our health. They have good oils that will improve our mental health. And the second one has to do with our nuts and seeds. These nuts and seeds are being shown to also have good oils that will help improve our mental health. So we can have our nuts and seeds from our walnuts, we have almond, we have pumpkin seeds, we have chia seeds, we have flax seeds. They are all okay, or they are all good and can boost your mental health. The second one has to do with vitamin D. In as much as we know that vitamin D helps in bone health, it also has a role in preventing or reducing the risk of depression and anxiety. Yes, and so consumption of vitamin D is also associated to helping boosting your mental health. And vitamin sources of vitamin D can include our natural sun, our morning sun,
The very free one.
of course, a very free one. You don't pay, you don't buy. Yes, one of them is that. And then also our fortified dairy foods. Yes, our milk, for instance, and also our bony fishes. So say sardines, herrings, those bones in it actually helps or contains vitamin D that will help us. Not forgetting our B vitamins, specifically our vitamin B6, which is also known as pyridoxine, or vitamin B9, also known as folate. And then we have the B12 called the cobalamin. Yes. So these B vitamins also helps in the neurotransmitters I talked about. Yes, it helps in the production of these neurotransmitters, and so consumption of more of that will also help boosting your mental health. And we can get the sources of these B vitamins has to do with our fruits and vegetables. That's one. The second one has to do with our leafy green vegetables. Our yoyo, our lettuce, our lefu, our kontomire, they're all dark green leafy vegetables. Yes, and then not forgetting our magnesium.
Yes, very important.
Yes, it's very important for our health or for our mental health. These magnesium containing foods are also basically from our nuts and seeds, of which I've mentioned earlier, to also contain the omega-3 fatty acids. Basically, that's it. If you're able to consume more of this, I bet you your mental health is assured. Good mental health status.
Yes, yes. And it's something that we really have to take note. That's why Horticulture Business Platform is trying to do amazing things in the horticulture space, like teaching people how to grow vegetables, fruits and vegetables in your garden, or even for something that you can be getting income from. Because we believe that what you eat can have impact on yourself, not just yourself and people around you. So please, this is a call for those of you who would want to learn more about how to grow fruits and vegetables, maybe at your backyard or something. Kindly come and join HBP, Horticulture Business Platform, and you'll be able to have free trainings, and sometimes you get free seeds to even start this fruits and vegetable production. Yes. I would also want to prompt our viewers that when you were saying fish with oil, please, she means fish that even without using oil to cook, there's oil in it, so that people wouldn't hide behind that to use like too much oil to cook. Yes.
That's a good one.
Yes, I would want us to touch on some therapeutic diets for mental health.
Okay, so well, we have so many therapeutic diets. We can have the Mediterranean diet, we can have the FODMAP diet, we can have the diabetic diet, we have DASH diet, 4-star diet. There are so many. But when it comes to mental health and food, the Mediterranean diet is more confirmed. It's a gold standard. Yes, because studies have shown that all these Mediterranean diets actually contains whole grains, it contains a healthy fat, it contains lean proteins, vitamins, minerals that will help boost our mental health. And so that is the gold standard for our mental health status, the Mediterranean diet.
Okay. And kindly give us some practical strategies on how to improve our mental health with food.
Oh, okay. So one of them has to do with eating a balanced diet. You know, eating food that contains all the nutrients in it that will help you. The second one has to do with exercising regularly. Yeah, try as much as possible not to be sedentary, but improve your physical activity. The third one has to do with managing stress. I know all of us sometimes you just get stressed to the point that you don't even know what to do. But
sometimes before you even get to your workplace, the traffic, the short drivers.
So that's how come it's good to actually limit the stress. Because when you stress for nothing, you stress and still you don't get good results. So you just forget about stressing. And then also you try and engage with friends, or make good friends. Yes, and also engage in hobbies that make you happy, stay hydrated, and with all these things, definitely, or I can assure you that your mental health is going to be top notch or improve.
Yes. It's something that most of the time we take for granted. But sometimes you see people acting up. You know that, please, you need water, you need sleep.
Yeah, sometimes you need quality sleep. I don't know if I touched on it, but good sleep, make time to sleep. To sleep for your mental state is also important.
Exactly. Because even for blenders we use at home, you can't use it for long. You break. But I understand. People want to get money or sometimes do things fast, so they'll end up doing things continuously. But then you have to always remember that you are the vessel. If you don't take care of the vessel will break down. Yes, I'm very happy we've had this conversation. Can you give our viewers a takeaway?
My take on for my viewers is that nutrition and mental health actually has a connection. It has a link. So you being able to eat your balanced diet, you being able to do things that will improve your gut health, you being able to have quality and enough sleep, you being able to not stressing yourself will actually help you to have a good mental health. Yes.
Thank you very much. Viewers, as you heard from Abby, you really need to take your fruits and vegetables, having adequate rest, hydrate. Please, don't stress yourself. Don't stress yourself. Try to live in your pace. I think it's one of the reasons why we are trying to force ourselves to do things that are not within our needs, and it later on makes us stress. Yes. So on this note, I'm very happy that you stayed with us. This has been Eat Right with Abuburo Nkosuah. Stay tuned for the next episode. Tell your friend to subscribe.